The passion runs deep here in Norman, Oklahoma, or as they say, sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Welcome to Oklahoma and the home of the Sooners. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking for a productive play on first down. The toss to the outside. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Nine-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on them.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Here comes the offense on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. At the 45 on his way. Nothing but green ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And I know in talking to their offensive coordinator this week, he talked about getting this guy lathered up and going. They know that once he's got some momentum, he's really hard to stop. One of the top 10 rushers right now in the entire country, and they're trying to get him going early in this game.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
Second and goal.
Second and goal for this offense. This quarterback part of their running game. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Pocket starts to collapse. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Caught in the backfield, it's Wood. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 2001 season where UW won the Rose Bowl and nearly won a title. If that group could find a way, there's hope for this team. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Sooner offense returns to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense. On the move, it's Asher. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Line getting set on 2nd down. A designed run for the quarterback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner!
This quarterback is such a weapon on these designed QB runs. He's not trying to just go get first downs. This guy's a threat to take it the distance, and man, he did it right there.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball bounces through the end. Will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 10, Ohio State 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Caught in the backfield. It's Wood. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Took a shot as he threw. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Scanning the field, it's Bacon. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Asher. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Got room at the 35. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Dropping back, it's Bacon. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Movement here from the tight end. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Snap it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. Fires left. Makes a connection. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
From the 47-yard line on first and 10. The inside handoff. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
On second down, wants to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a win.
And the Buckeyes will line it up on first and 10. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Working the middle, it's complete. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a grab and go for the score.
Number 19.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Sooners will hustle to the line. The option look. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
Second down coming up.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Bacon. He fires one deep down the right side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll leave it with him. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Here's the return. Another ball is knocked free. And this one will find its way out of bounds, and we have found our way to the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They start this 3rd quarter, 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll let it go down the right side. And this is dropped.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Complete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be checked down, Charlie, and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. Touchdown Sooners! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Colorado found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A prime example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Boulder. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The give on the inside. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Buys a little time. He'll pull it down and run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this in the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
Running back searching for a hole. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Asher. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Asher. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense is going to have more plays like that. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got 1 pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me 1 too.
Safe completion on the screen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Takes the handoff. It's Asher. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
The Sooners will try to punch it in on first and goal. Fast motion from the offense. They want to run this quarterback. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Now on second and goal. Barrels ahead. Touchdown Sooners! And the pummeling has started.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
14.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. It's Wood. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. He leaves it with his back. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
They'll throw it on first down. He lets one fly deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Fires into traffic, picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot. You can create some turnovers, maybe get an onside kick. Who knows? I'm saying there's a chance.
Going up top on first down. On the run, still looking. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Looking for his man in the middle. Grabs it inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Trying to run it in. And the defense drags him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback checking off. Looking for a man. It's Bacon. Spits it out to the back. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 19 with the grab.
They'll try to tack one more on their score.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Looking down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Sooners decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Comes out throwing on first down. Quick strike complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. On the move at the 30, bringing it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Oklahoma! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
They keep attacking through the air. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third down, going up top. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Right back to the well. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll give it to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.